And so we're going to have Megan. We're really pleased to have you here. She's a current student at SOU, and she's involved in student government while she's working her way through college. And she's very concerned about student debt. And so Megan, I'd love to have you come up and share.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Hello, my name is Megan Mercier. I'm going to be entering my junior year at SOU this year, where I study civic engagement and Spanish. I chose to go to college because I saw it as the only way to avoid the sea of financial troubles that my family faced as I grew up. I've always seen college as my way out, my step up, my opportunity to better my life. In 2011, I came from out of state to SOU, and I received a scholarship that allowed me to pay 150% of in-state tuition. So I thought that I was getting a great deal. However, after finishing my first year, between paying for books, dorms, food, tuition, and other student fees, I had accrued over $20,000 in debt. It was overwhelming to say the least, and so I decided to take a year off from school to establish my Oregon State residency. During that year, I discovered so many reasons why I love Southern Oregon, and Ashland truly became my home. After that, I re-enrolled at SOU, but going back to school was an incredibly tough decision to make. I already had so much debt, and I wondered what would happen if I took out more loans and found myself not being able to keep good on them. I expect to be $30,000 in the hole by the end of this year, and I can't afford to not take out these loans. Not only do I have to take out loans to support myself, but I have to work to pay my other bills. I've been working 4 jobs this summer, 3 on campus and 1 off, and I'm going to keep 3 of these jobs during the school year. I expect to be on campus from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., at least 1 day a week, because I can't afford to drive to and from my house multiple times a day. This severely limits the amount of time that I can add to my off-campus work schedule, which makes me anxious about every single dollar I spend. I'm more than apprehensive about the toll that the schedule can take on me, but even more so about how hard I'm going to have to work once I finish my degree. I don't know what to expect once I graduate. How much debt will I have accumulated? $35,000? $40,000? I honestly don't know. And where will I work? What if I can't find a job in my field? What if I do, but the pay doesn't support me? And what if I don't find any job at all? Will my education have been wasted? Will I constantly be grasping for that next step up in quality of life despite having spent 4+ years working towards my degree? This is what makes having living wage jobs available in Southern Oregon so important. Too many people simply don't understand the hardships that students, future workers, educators, and leaders are facing in the economic structure that surrounds the student loan process. This generation is forced to pay too much for an education, and it's causing too many young people to default on their loans under the ever piling up debt held over their heads. Student debt is compounded by a lack of living wage jobs, and college graduates aren't able to buy cars, houses, or fully support themselves in this system. Opportunity has been slipping away from young people. As tuition has gone up, wages have gone down, and careers have become ever harder to find. One way we can help ease the pressure of student debt in Oregon is by passing Measure 86, the Oregon Opportunity Initiative. This would create a sustainable source of funding for Oregon's only need-based financial aid. As it stands now, due to a lack of state funding, the Oregon Opportunity Grant is only awarded to 2 of every 10 people who qualify to receive it. If more funding was available for the Oregon Opportunity Grant, more Oregonians would have access to higher education and they would graduate with less debt. If we're going to be a state that values higher education, then we must work to support need-based financial aid, as well as prioritize living wage job creation. Only by doing so will college graduates be able to support themselves after finishing their degree and be able to make a meaningful contribution to our economy. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful.